Okay, hey guys, what's up? Evil Zombie here. So I know it's been a couple weeks since I've really had something original posted. I had a couple of videos that were posted or that were recorded already ahead of time. I had a vacation. I went out of state and I celebrated my anniversary, hung out with the kids, all that stuff. I've taken a couple weeks just completely off from recording. I haven't recorded like anything. So I'm just giving you a quick update on pretty much everything, just life. And I'm also a little bit drunk, so let's have some fun with that. My daughter just started her shower, so it's good. There's water going on the other side of the wall. But I'm just going to keep going because you guys can hear me. I know you can. Because modern phones have decent technology for noise cancellation right now. And you guys get to get nauseous. My handle stays pretty steady, but you guys just get to follow me around. And I enjoy the irony of bad camera work, even though I've been doing this for over a decade. I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years. Oh. I just realized my bass traps in the corner, they all look like shit. The glue came off. Over there, the glue came off too. You can't see it because of the bright light. The glue came loose, so I need to fix it. But my desk is big, so I just haven't done it yet because I don't feel like climbing on top of my desk and moving everything. I'll fix that later. It's okay. I'm not talking about that right now. So, what's been happening in life? Today, well, I was in North Carolina last week. I was visiting my sister. It was fantastic. It was great. We had a lot of fun. It was hot as shit. Well, it was humid and it was hot. It got to 101 degrees, but it felt like 106 because of the humidity. And holy crap on a crumpet Batman. They don't have wind in North Carolina. It's ridiculous. Why don't they have wind? They need wind. They need a breeze to make it feel nice and calm and smooth, and it feels acceptable for the comfort of the weather. There's nothing, no breeze. Holy crap. I felt so hot while I was there, it was ridiculous. I had the AC blasting the whole time while I was visiting, so I bought my wife a heated blanket while we were there, an electric blanket. I got the last one Walmart had because it's not in season. But no, we had a great time. We even saw a zoo. Apparently llamas are very aggressive with their food. They want their food. They will get their food. They will not take shit. They will take their food. But there was a zoo that lets you do a drive-in if you choose. So we did our whole zoo experience, walk through. We fed the giraffes. It was really cool. We bought food and all that. And we did the whole walking experience for like good 3 hours. And then we did the drive-in, where we sat in the back of a pickup truck and we got driven through the zoo, or like the back lot of it, where they just have animals roaming free. They had a big old sign that says, "Do not feed donkeys, do not feed zebras, they bite." So we heeded their warning. We did not feed those types of animals. So I'm tightening the tripod. There, I'm holding a tripod up with my hand, even though it's not actually posted on anything. I just figured it would look cleaner than holding it with my raw hand. Sorry, I'm drunk. I haven't figured this out yet. No, I was about to say I'm kind of drunk, but no, I'm halfway there. It's good. But no, sorry, it's been a long day. I'm so tired. It's been a long day. Those 2 foam tiles also fell from the wall, and I need to dig them out from behind my gigantic heavy desk. I need to glue those back up because I have some glue spots on the wall now. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't see it. Wait, where am I? They're right there behind my light, but you can't see it because the light's freaking bright. But the zoo. Back to the zoo. The zoo was fun. It was a lot of fun, but we just sat in the back of the truck with our food, with our plates full of not plates, cups. We had like big plastic cups full of animal food, and sure we fed some giraffes and all that, but we just had the food out. And then there were alpaca, there were deer, there were lots of llamas, like a holy crap ton of llamas. Moving that. There, I was throwing stuff. Sorry. The llamas wanted their food. We got swarmed by like 20 llamas. I mean, it was ridiculous. There were a lot of llamas, and they just go right into the truck. They just dig right in there. They'll try and get into that thing if they want to, but they want their food. But luckily, my daughter's favorite animal is a llama. Now, if she's seen what they're really like, she'll never trust a llama again. Well, they're nicer than geese. Donkeys, though, and zebra, those are assholes. Through and through. They'll bite. So don't feed them. They even said don't feed them. If you want to get rid of them, just throw the food at them. That's what the zookeepers said. They just said throw the food at them and distract them. because apparently they're all just jerks and they'll go up and try and bite you for the food. It's ridiculous. I don't know why. That was one day. We did concerts. We went to cool museums. We saw Jurassic Park in an IMAX dome theater. Well, it was cool as shit. I'm sorry for the language. I apologize. But it was really cool. It was a big dome theater surrounding us entirely, all over. It was just 180 degrees, both up and down, on the X and Y axis. It was ridiculous. But the problem with that is they fisheye lensed the movie, so whenever you're following the action, every time anything happens, even a person walking across the screen, you go. And that's the biggest problem, because you're just jerking your head around. You know what? I'm going to use a tripod. Hold on. There. Now I'm on the tripod. Now the tripod's good. I'm just going to move over here for you. Now I'm not walking around with the camera in my hand while I'm drunk. Yeah, no, it's been good. Me and my wife my wife and I, we celebrated our 10th anniversary. 10 years married. Right? I'm getting older. I think I'm getting old. But no, we've been married for 10 years. We've been together longer than that, of course, but we've been married for 10 years. We've had a lot of food. Basically, that's the summary of it. We had a lot of food. That was our basic celebration of it. Because originally we wanted to go to Hawaii and do all that for our 10-year anniversary, but then this whole family trip kind of popped up. And then we just did this instead. But we, next year, or for our 15-year, we're going to do the Hawaii trip for sure. We're figuring out which one we want to do. And we'll do it then. But no, we had a good time. We had some amazing Italian food. Oh, I can't remember what the place is called. I'll try and look it up and see if I can find what the place is called and link it. But I don't know if it's only in North Carolina or if it's in other places, but it was so good. I loved it. Anyways, that was a lot of fun. And let's see, after that, what the fuck did we do? We did high ropes courses. We did zip lines, big zip line. It was like 100-foot tall zip line at a big whitewater center, I think it was. White rafting center? No, it was Whitewater Center. I'm pretty sure it was Whitewater Center. But they had like rivers, the big lazy, no, not really lazy. They had kayaking rivers that were calm. They had some that were whitewater, of course, like lots of rapids. They had zip lines. They had ropes courses. It was just a fun overall outdoorsy experience. Pretty much every day I was in North Carolina for like about a week. I got 20,000 steps every single day. We were busy. It was fun. We had a great time. I didn't really record that much because I just didn't feel like recording. I wanted to relax, separate myself from everything, recover, rejuvenate. And I'm a firm believer that you'll burn out if you overdo anything. And the best quality content comes from when you want to do it, not from when you feel obligated to do it. So that's just how I rolled. And it was good. We had a great time. We had a lot of fun. And I'm happy I did that way. I'm happy I did it that way. Fast forward to today, the reason I'm a little bit drunk. First, I also didn't eat very much at all before I drank anything. I probably should have had food. That's shame on me, because I worked out for like 2 hours straight and burned like burned about 1,800 calories, to be fair, for that workout. I have it on my watch. I remember it saying that. So I burned about 1,800 calories for my workout. Pretty nice. But no, didn't had a few drinks because today I was incredibly stressed. We had a big old thunderstorm here. I thought I got away from the humidity. But then when I got back to California, it was fine for a couple days, but then it followed. It followed me. And there's nothing I can do. The humidity followed me. It was like 55% humidity in a desert city. I live in a desert. Humidity doesn't happen. This is just not a thing. This is not a thing where I live. We don't have rain. We don't have water falling from the sky. It doesn't happen where I live. And that's normal. We've all accepted it. But today it happened. 55% humidity and 90-degree weather. We're just not made for this in my city. And there was no breeze. It was crazy. But yeah, no, that was basically what happened. But the thunderstorm, the problem is at work. I'm an IT guy. And when a major lightning flash happened, everything went down. And when it all came back up, there was a massive power surge and it knocked out. absolutely wiped and obliterated the boot devices, the hard drives of several computers on campus. So I am scrambling around trying to mix and match. I mean, they're all set up with surge protectors, but these are at least 20-year-old surge protectors. It's a little ridiculous. And we're on a budget because we're a private school. We don't have government funding, so we just kind of make do with what we have. And I try and work magic. I really do. I do my best. But there's only so much I can do. So I'm picking up the pieces from that. I mean, the surge was powerful enough where the backup battery main server computers still somehow got knocked out. It was... And we had a big lightning flash next to our school. It was crazy. But no, that happened. I figured that out, and I've just been replacing computers all day and moving offices because everybody was moving office today. And it's fine. They're entitled to that. It's nice if they get a chance to do something fresh, and that's cool. So I've just been moving stuff around and staying busy. I've been so busy today. I mean, as an IT guy, I've gotten 16,000 steps. Now, you might be like, oh, that's not too bad. That's like a decently active day. I'm an IT guy. I work in a server room. I don't normally leave the server room or the main work area because I'm working on computers and things like that. It's a desk job. 16,000 is like 10,000 more than I would normally take in a day because I'm an IT guy. My normal cardio or any physical activity is in the weight room, which I'll work out for an hour and a half to 2 hours a day in. I love it, but normal steps aren't my thing. That's not normally how I go for my cardio. My cardio is normally just not doing breaks in between my weightlifting. So I keep my heart rate up. Like I'll keep it at 168, between 130 and 168 is like where I like to keep my heart rate while I work out. So I go at a decent pace and I never stop, and that's my biggest strength in that because I'm built up from grit and just energy of don't stop, just push through the workout. That was what we worked on today also. Oh, I have a workout buddy too. My buddy Eric, he's awesome, family friend, we've known him for years, and he's working out with me. We're working out, like bros, man, and we're like bros, and he's working out with me all summer. It's cool. He's gonna work out with me after that. We're figuring out a workout plan. I'm coming up with different interesting workouts more often because it's not just me. And I really want to push the fact, because I hardcore believe that the best way to continually get gains is to keep your body guessing and to not let your own body get used to, to adapt fully to a workout method or style. Because if you do that, like for a couple months, a year, your body will adapt and you're really not going to get very many gains because it's just accepted it. It knows what to expect. It knows how to compensate for it. And the only way to really improve your body is to keep it guessing. I'm going to go out for another drink in a minute. I've been so stressed. It's been a long day. It's been a really long day. I want to play some games, but at the same time, I'm just kind of taking a step back. And then I know when I start playing again, like next week, it's going to feel fresh. It's going to feel exciting. I'm going to be really hyped up for it. I'm stoked. I'm really seriously going between 2 different DLC that I need to finish. Like I've already given up on trying to get Phasmophobia to work on VR because it's just not compatible with my video card. I've been told that on the Discord. It's just not compatible. It's not going to work. VR Phasmophobia is not going to be a thing. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I would so play that in VR because I got my whole headset working. Everything works. Just not that freaking game. If anyone knows how to make it work on a GTX Titan with Kepler architecture, please let me know. I'm trying. I tried everything, but other people have had the same issue, same video card. It's just not supported. But yeah, what the frack was I talking about? It was my biggest problem. In a minute, I'm gonna grab. I've been drinking. Let's see. I had this plain Scotch from Costco. Sorry, Costco makes some. They make some legit Scotch. They have good Scotch. It's decent quality. Their $17 bottle of Scotch is comparable to $45 to $60 bottles of Scotch from elsewhere. And it's nice. They have a decent quality standard, and I enjoy it. They make a good quality Scotch. I have nothing bad to say about it. I put it up there in quality with Jameson at the minimum. Like Jameson Black Barrel You can compare that pretty closely with Kirkland Scotch. It's pretty delicious. I love it. Although I must put the disclaimer, I'm definitely older than 21, 35. So only drink if you're appropriately aged, depending on your country. I think in England it's like 18. In Japan I think it's also 18, because you can get beers from a vending machine in Japan, which is awesome. Because you don't have to pay $10 for a beer. California's expensive. It really just is. But no. I'm getting sidetracked. Let me get back on topic. I don't even know what the topic is. I was just kind of updating you on my life. Today, me and my girls were watching Dragon Ball Super, because Dragon Ball Super Superhero is coming out soon. I hear it's coming out in August in America. And oh yes, when it comes out in August, we're definitely going to see it. I want to take my girls to see that in the theater, so they can see a Dragon Ball movie on the big screen. When they see it on the big screen, I just hope they're excited, because I was so excited. I was so stoked when I got to see Dragon Ball, or when I got to see Godzilla movies on the big screen. I've never seen Dragon Ball on the big screen. Battle of Gods and Resurrection F I watched on Blu-ray when they came out, but I never saw them on the big screen. I was busy. I have kids. And that time came and went really quickly for me. So I just missed that because I got kids. But now we are on the Goku Black saga, and we're just pounding our way through the series. I think we're on season 4 right now, and we're just gonna breeze through this throughout the summer. Like, we just watched 7 episodes before dinner time. Like, after work, I work out with Eric. We have a good time, we work out, and then I turn on the show. Me and the girls are sitting and watching for a while, only on the days my wife is working, so that I don't take up my time with her, because I respect the boundaries of that. And that's not something she's ever told me. That's just how I prefer to do things. I don't like to be doing any of my hobbies when my wife is home, because I consider that us time, you know? I want to spend that time with my wife. It seems more healthier to me to be able to just enjoy your time for your hobbies when nobody else is there, when it doesn't interfere with quality time you could have with someone that's more important. A hobby is a hobby. A lifestyle and a life choice are much more important to me. So when she's home, I don't play games, I don't watch anime, I hang out with her. Even if it's just sitting in the backyard together quietly, I hang out with my wife. It's fun. And I treasure her. I love her. She's great. My wife is literally the embodiment of Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z. I love it so much. She's so great. She's awesome. I treasure my wife. Like, any character trait Chi-Chi has, anything she says to her kids, the way she acts, behaves, all that, mannerisms, my wife is like spot on with that. Yeah, I love it so much. I enjoy my wife's quirks. It brings out so much more of her personality for me to enjoy. I grew up with my anime waifu. My anime waifu was definitely Chi-Chi growing up. I'm old. I'm from the 80s. I love Dragon Ball. I started watching Dragon Ball, what the fuck was it? I think it was 93 when it came out. Or 93, 94. I've been watching Dragon Ball since it came out in America first. I think it was in the Ocean dub. But that's what I was watching when I was a kid. I watched, my first episode of Dragon Ball was when Goku, spoiler alert, first couple episodes, spoiler alert, when Goku got killed by Piccolo holding Raditz so they can save Gohan. That was the first episode I watched of Dragon Ball Z. And it was just kind of like I jumped into the world, didn't know who they were fighting, didn't know who was fighting, didn't know what the crap was going on, but I'm like, this is amazing. And it really captured me. I mean, I'm a big fan. You can even see, I have a Broly right there on the desk. I love Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is my thing. But yeah, my girls, they enjoy it. We're watching the series together. They have seen part of Dragon Ball, the original series. Unfortunately, there's no censored version of Dragon Ball that is easily available for the entire series. I wish. But, hold on, guys. Sorry, I had to pause it. There's some noise from the bathroom behind there because my other daughter is taking her shower now. So it's a little noisy. Sorry, I paused it because she came and got a hug because the noise of the shower starting kind of scares her a little bit. She's a big girl. She'll cry that. Okay, back to where I was. Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. I'm watching it with my kids, but I had to kind of pause a bit because in the original series, there's a lot of Goku penis. There's a lot of penis. Mostly because Akira Toriyama, I don't know, it's acceptable in Japan. It's more acceptable than boobs or violence. I don't know why, it just is. It's a different culture, a different country, it's just how it is. But that also equates to me having to watch every single episode before them, and then right when that's about to happen, anytime a body of water appears on the screen, like a lake, a shower, a bathtub, anything, I leap in front of their eyes and go, I block their eyes so they don't see the penis on the screen, because I have 2 girls, and they're young, and they're impressionable. And then I have to figure out how to explain why Master Roshi is laughing. Yeah, we all know why Master Roshi's laughing. He loves his lady magazines. But yeah, no, I had to explain that. And that's why we paused the series, and we just started from Dragon Ball Z. We're like, okay, you've seen Krillin, you've seen Goku, you haven't seen Piccolo yet, sorry. I kind of briefly explained who Piccolo was. Oh, hold on, my dudes. Okay, I'm back, sorry. I was helping out my daughter. But basically, that's why we stopped watching the original Dragon Ball until they're a little bit older, until they're both like teenagers at least. And they've done like a health class. That just made me incredibly stressed out. If I had a boy, this would be much easier to deal with, because that's what he would have. And then it's like, attaboy, you go get him, you know. But no, I have 2 girls and I gotta protect them, because I'm the dad and I gotta protect my bubbas. It's incredibly stressful. I'm kind of worried now. Okay, but anyways, back to the point. Oh yeah, I gotta wrap my wife's anniversary gift because it finally arrived a week after our anniversary. It's been officially 1 week since our anniversary. Yeah, interesting. Oh, it's been a little more than 1 week. June 12, 2012. Wait. No, June 14. June 14, 2012. I was thinking 2012. The 12 is from that. June 14, 2012. That's pretty good for me. Give me some room. I don't even remember my dad's birthday. My mom's birthday is on the 1st of the year. That's why I remember that. I don't remember my sister's birthday, any of the 3 of them. I'm bad at this. Dates are not my thing. So just the fact that I remember that every year, that's pretty good. Give me some slack. Okay, back to Dragon Ball. So we watched all of Dragon Ball Z Kai because my younger daughter was 6 years old at the time when we started. She was 6 years old at the time when we started. And it was really difficult to keep her interested in a long anime. Dragon Ball is a long anime. I mean, the original main Dragon Ball Z series, the original series of the old Dragon Ball was, I think it was 169 episodes, if I remember. No, it was 164? Shit. I think it was 164. Or 169, I don't remember off the top of my head. But then Dragon Ball Z, the original version of it, was 291 episodes. Then they released Dragon Ball GT, which was 64 episodes. My kids have not watched that. They'll wait till after they see the new Dragon Ball movie, rewatch the last episode of Z, and then they can see GT. Because the last episode of Z ties up the whole Z saga, including Super. It ties up Super too, because it's a feature jump skip. Super happens between the Majin Buu saga and the last episodes of Z. Super just kind of happens in the middle of that. That's canon. That's how it is. Okay. Fuck, where was I? Apologies for language. Sorry. But, sorry, it was bugging me because I had a bunch of... Okay, that's good. That's pretty nifty. I'm going to turn it a little bit so I'm actually more centered. Sorry. I feel like I need to apologize every time I touch the camera because I feel like I keep on moving and it's ruining everything. It jiggles and makes you motion sick. Sorry. Oh, I found the old 4K webcam that I reviewed before on my channel. I had it buried in my closet, so I'm going to add this also so that I can switch angles sometimes in my podcast. That'd be cool. Like, I'll have this camera going, then I'll have that camera going, and then I'll switch back and forth on angles. And when I lean forward, I'll be like, it'll be on one of the other cameras so that I don't need to zoom forward quite as much. Because this one zooms in quite a bit. Like, this far from this camera looks like this. It's ridiculous. That's why I don't use it very often. It's a clear image. It's nice. Nothing against it. It's just that wasn't very practical based on where my desk was from my screen at the time. That was my only real issue. It's a big desk now, so I can make it work very nicely, I think, because it's kind of zoomed, you know? Back where I was. What the fuck was that? Okay, so Dragon Ball Z, the original version of it was 291 episodes. Dragon Ball GT was 64 episodes. Then they redid Dragon Ball Z in Dragon Ball Z Kai, where they removed most of the filler. They kept anything in that needed to be canon, that felt like it portrayed the story correctly and pushed it forward nicely. But everything else they removed, like they removed the driving lessons and all that stuff. So Dragon Ball Z Kai was 167 episodes, and that's the version my girls saw. It was very direct, it was to the point, it was nice and highly stressed, it had good voice acting, great voice acting. I had the Blu-rays and all that. I also own the entire series of like regular Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray. I'm a big collector. I love it. I collected everything Dragon Ball. It's wonderful. But yeah, they watched all of that, and now they're watching Super. They watched Battle of Gods, and then they watched Resurrection F, the 2 movies, and then we skipped like the first 30-something episodes of Dragon Ball Super because it's the same freaking thing, and I don't care. I don't feel like watching a drawn-out version of 2 movies that were fantastically animated. You know, I want to watch a good animation for that shit. It's nice. So that's what we did. We watched a good animation of it, had a big sound on the big screen in my house, and it was good because we have like an 86-inch TV, so it's great for anime. It's great. I love it. My wife told me that if I built an entertainment center like big enough to hold a screen that big, she'd let me get a screen that big. So I didn't cut the wood. I left it 8 feet long. And then there's 2x4s on either side, so it was what was it, 8 feet and 4 inches wide entertainment center. It's like 3.5 feet tall. No, it's 38 inches tall, I think it is, for my entertainment center, because it's a big screen. I wanted to make it hardy. It was strong. There's no 1-inch boards on this puppy. It's a 2x4 made entertainment center. It's strong, but yeah, no, it holds that TV. It's hard to move. I got sliders under it now, finally. But yeah, no, I did that. That was a project, and I did it, and I'm happy. I'm so happy it came out nice. Back to the point, we're watching Dragon Ball Super, and we're loving it. The girls are enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And we are on the Goku Black Saga now. But the entire series is 129? No, I think it's 131 episodes. I think, off the top of my head, I don't remember. But then there's the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that happens directly after that. So I have to get them to watch the rest of the series. So seasons 4 through 9, I think it is. And then the Broly movie, which is amazing. And then we can go see the new movie when it lands in August. So I have a month and a half before I need to have them caught up to the Broly movie. And then we're good as gold. I take my girls to the movie theater. It's going to be awesome. Oh, and by the way, guys, if anyone's even watching right now, I have no idea if I can keep anyone's attention this long. I'm not really drunk anymore, by the way. This has been long enough. My buzz is gone. It's been a minute. I've also drank a lot of water. I've had my dinner right before I started this, so now my body's kind of absorbed everything. Now I'm just talkative because I'm nervous, and I'm talkative when I'm nervous. That's just kind of how I roll. But yeah, no. Forgot what my topic was. I'm very absent-minded. Like, I've actually gotten to work completely, been at my office, or been at school when I was younger without shoes on. And by me saying it that way, I have done this more than once. Gotten all the way there without shoes on. And that's saying something, because when I was a kid, I lived in a desert town 40 miles away from where I went to school. I got there without shoes. I'm pretty forgetful. It just happens. But they say forgetfulness is a sign of genius, so I'll take that any day. I will happily go through my physics theories on time travel and why it's a real thing and I can prove it to anyone who questions me about it. I'll happily do that instead of doing anything else that's supposedly productive. Because it's more fun, you know? I love going over theoretical physics with that. It's great. I also love explaining to my kids. I was actually just explaining this a little while ago. I kind of lost him. My older kid is kind of getting old enough for understanding the topics. I was trying to explain to her the omnipresence and omnipotence of God because of time-space relativity and how he's a four-dimensional being at the minimum. And yeah, that was my whole theory. I can go into this theory if you want to. I'm not going to do it on this video because it will take a long time. And I have a counter on my phone that shows me how much memory I have left. I don't have enough memory to record that. I'll go into it if you want me to. I love the topic. It's a lot of fun. This is my own theory. It's not derived from anything other than the actual time relativity theory. This is something I came up with, and it makes sense to me. And I haven't found anybody that can disprove me or discredit me on how this theory sounds pretty structurally sound on trying to explain how God can see and experience everything that's happening all at once from the past, present, and future at all times, and be there for everything, for everyone at all times. It generally explains that, and I try to make sense of it for anyone that at least has a basic grasp of Einstein's theories of relativity. So yeah, that's something I would be happy to do a video on someday. Just let me know in the comments, because if you're watching it by now, I'm somehow entertaining to somebody out there, and I don't know how, because I am incredibly boring. I have a little opinion of myself. But no, it's good. I gotta go fold laundry though, so I appreciate you guys being here, for you guys watching. Last note, very quick last note. I've been really feeling like I want to read Jekyll and Hyde, or possibly Christmas Carol. I want to look through some old books that are public domain, or some online stories with permission from people for doing audiobooks. So when I read them, they will sound much like this. This is the tone of voice I will use when I read my audiobooks. And it's a somewhat pleasant tone, I believe, because it's somewhat lower. My audio interface, when I properly use it and have it adjusted, this is on the phone directly. It's not using my microphone. It should sound okay using a good microphone and a good setup. So that should sound more pleasing to the ears. I'm going to read Jekyll and Hyde, I think. It's not a very long book. Maybe like a week or two I'll have it all recorded. I'll have it all edited, posted on there, because I think that one's public domain. I'll do some research first. I'll find a public domain book that I love, and I'll read it, and I'll post it on my website and my channel and all that, and you guys can just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Just listen to it. Don't give me any money. Don't give me anything. Just enjoy the book, and tell me if you enjoyed the experience, if I can improve my voice acting in some way, if there's something I can tweak to make it more enjoyable for you. That's my only goal, to improve myself. So please listen, critique, tell me how I can improve myself as a voice actor. If I should try and do different voices, if I should try and act it out, which I will attempt to do based on what I'm reading. I'll of course wear my glasses so I'll be able to read. But yeah, just let me know. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this all the way through, bravo. Bravo. Good job. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.